Why does this game actually look fun when it runs well? I'm still not buying it. Your eyes are not deceiving you, folks. Scarlet and Violet have no longer slowdown whenever you try to do anything, which I feel like should have been, their first priority, but sure. I didn't bother watching the whole video of what got fixed and what didn't, since I'm never gonna play this game, but I'm really happy for those that found this game fucking atrocious to play. Episode 8 might actually be a top 5 for me. Throughout the whole episode, it just gave me Sun and Moon vibes, and I really love the Sun and Moon anime. There are actually some small changes that I thought were neat. Like after when Alcremie gets harassed by Liko, she sleeps somewhere else. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just talk about the plot first. It starts with Roy and Fuecoco sleepwalking or heading to bed. Where does Roy even sleep? But at the other side of the door, after they tell Roy to piss off, is Freed and Murdoch. They're hoping to see if Dot ate the donuts Murdoch made for her, and if she didn't, they would eat it instead. Have I mentioned that Dot is Murdoch's niece? Well, if I haven't, you know now. So the episode title is called The Door That Never Opens. You're welcome. After a probably good breakfast, I wouldn't know because they didn't show us the breakfast. Liko asks if Dot eats with them, but of course she doesn't. She's just not into food, you know? Wait, what? And when Liko asks if she gets nutrition, they tell her that she just lives off gummy vitamins.
I thought those were for emergencies.
At this time, Liko and Roy are supposed to go to school, but since they can't really do that because they're on the Brave Olivine, they join online, remember those days? And makes an appearance.
Yeah!
One of these days I need to listen to the English dub intro. The Rising Voltacklers have made it to their destination, only being here just to get some supplies, but someone has to stay aboard the Brave Asagi, so they do a 5-way rock paper scissors, which I haven't seen anyone do in a long time. This feels rigged. Poor Roy, he has to beg to Liko to switch with him, and he had so much confidence earlier, even his partner that wasn't allowed to participate. Jerks. The truth is though, Liko doesn't mind staying behind because Anne reminded her that Needle Thing is streaming, but Roy lets her on a little secret that will be worth her while.
There's a small cabinet in the kitchen. Last night, Freed and Murdoch were messing with it and acting kinda shady.
Wait, how does he know this? Like, I get the Freed and Murdoch acting shady part, but how does he know there was a cabinet there? Unless the crew already told him all the areas of the Brave Asagi and let them, just look around and stuff. Actually, that's probably it. And with that, Liko complies. So while she's feeding the Pokemon and doing her chores, Roy helps Freed to get scammed. But before they meet the man with his dashy suit and dashy clam pearl, there's a few Pokemon wandering around that aren't from Kanto. There's literally one Pokemon here that's going to be relevant in future Horizons episodes. Molly instructs the crew to split up so that they can get their shopping list done quicker. And that's also how Freed got grouped in with Roy. Okay, back to this guy who is our character of the day. He's pretty much just like the sales guy, but less of an icon.
With this here cloth, anything you polish will sparkle and shine.
He also sounds like a Class 09 character.
Buy anything off the list, you'll never hear the end of it.
Well, that's not ominous. This strange man has claimed to see the shiny black Rayquaza when Roy asked if he knew anything about it, and that's how they unfortunately got scammed, because that man was only going to give them information if they bought his stupid cloth. But it's not all bad, because they now know that the explorers are actually looking for the black Rayquaza too. The last thing that happened with the Roy Freed saga is that they encountered a wild spearow. They didn't catch it, of course, but they encountered it. This was obviously there to show how Roy's progress fares in battling, but it would have been really cool if one of them caught it, especially Freed. It could have been like a parallel to Ash, since Ash caught a Pidgey. Odo. Yeah, the thing with the Horizons anime is that none of our heroes, heck, not even the villains, catch anything. And when they do catch something, that would be their second Pokemon. Like, most of the RVTs have 2 Pokemon, which isn't bad, but there are a few missed opportunities. Like, maybe give Murdoch an Appleton or a Flapple, like I said before in one of my reviews. Orla, maybe give her another electric type like Ampharos. That could even be her supposed ace, since Metagross doesn't seem to be a fighter. Molly, I've got nothing. Freed to me is the only Rising Voltackler that doesn't need a third Pokemon, since he's already proved himself with his Charizard that isn't a slacker and his cool rodent.
Anyway.
Is that a Alolan Mug from episode 2? Now that we're finished with Roy's incredible adventure, let's go house rotting with Liko. Most of her time is spent trying to connect with Dot.
What's the point of talking? Blah, blah, blah. It's a waste of time. I'm a busy person. I have stuff to do.
Which kind of works. Needle Thing's stream is pretty interesting. She is doing a Q&A, and when I say by that, she only answers like 2 questions because Roy battling a Spearow is just truly riveting.
Spearow's pet move was really strong.
But the people who were asking those questions were ones that were already in the show, not the previous show, the current show. The first question is from the muscles of a Rhydon.
Rhydon's muscles.
He basically asks Needle Thing, why does he suck at using Rhydon? As he explains that his Rhydon got taken out by an Ember. which, if you haven't guessed it, it's Zerk. It's Zerky Poo, it's LeBron, which I didn't expect him to be a Nidoking fan when I first watched this, which is really cool, actually gives him more character. I like how this was also a callback to episode 5. Nidoking's advice to him was okay, that she says he can't always rely on power. She also suggests Zerk teach Rhydon, Sandtomb, and all that, but I feel like he just needs another Pokemon that is immune to fire, so Rhydon doesn't have to embarrass himself. Give him a Boutzel and he'll be good as Floatzel. Is Floatzel even good in a casual playthrough? I haven't played the Gen 4 game. The last question she answered was Liko's, which was pretty funny to see her reaction, and also relatable. And that's all I can really say about this episode. Even though it's shorter than my other reviews, it's still a really fun piece of work. Literally the only gripe I had with this episode is that I wished Roy or Fried caught that Spearow, but it's fine. The character interactions were great, the Zerk reveal was unexpected, Jeffrey here mogs our previous filler character. I genuinely did not feel bored watching this. Okay, I do have one minor gripe, but it's nothing to do with the episode. I don't like Ludlow's voice. It feels too raspy, if you get my drift. Or if you don't. This episode gets a 10.
Now I'm with SpongeBob, racing down the Autobahn while I'm in the backseat, trying to fuck Megatron, pull up into Chevron, pop that bitch and Klingon, hop back in that Nissan, driving Huffy Freon.